Hey guys, it's Michael here. Oh man, it's been a busy week. Anyways, this episode I am very excited to show you guys something. Okay, like you ever had a day where you're really tired or you needed that extra energy boost or you felt really sick and you're like, oh, feel so weak. I'm dying. Mm, Pretty much. Pretty much what this episode is going to be going over how to draw in energy and also store it. And so you can store it for a rainy day. And what I'm going to teach you guys is like how to store places of energy that just stay in your system, just ready for you, like when you need it for an emergency, or like just days of energy where you just need it to store for like a rainy day. And what I'm going to do is like I'm going to show you guys how to make it so like you can't tap it unless you want to, like so you don't like unnaturally tap into it, like just out of the blue, that you just actually tap it for when you're going to need it. Pretty much. So what I've got here is I'm going to kind of show you what's going on here. All right, my drawings again, you guys love those. They're so awesome, I suppose. All right. Anyway, here's you. Okay. Here's your arms. Okay, I'm just gonna make kind of a rough drawing here. Okay, so I'm look, that was like a webbed feet or something. All right. All right. That very long neck. I seem to be very keen on drawing, I suppose. But anyways, here it is. All right. Now, from here, there are three storage centers here, here, and also up here in your third eye. Your third eye actually also has an energy storage center, so that's why a lot of people like will feel a lot of pressure right there. There's so much energy right in there. It kind of feels like something's almost like drilling into your head, and yeah, that can be a little ouchy of an experience. But afterwards, like after everything's calmed down, it can be a lot more activated afterwards. But anyways, these storage centers fill up as they go, and from the bottom up, and they'll fill up just going from this one to this one and so on. And there's other storage centers nearby, but these are the three main ones we want to pay attention to today. And there's other little mini storage centers within the chakras themselves that you can do. But what I do here is I will store and like basically what I like to call two kind of like emergency energy like spots. Like one's right here, I put right down here. This one's for emergencies only. And then right here is just for like if I need that extra boost of energy. And you really don't want to put much up here because that can kind of get you off balance. So I usually use these two and have that one just for everyday use up here. So what's going to happen, like the concept of this is you're going to be drawing energy in and you're going to compress it like very, very deeply. Like you're going to compress it so much that it's going to be like a mini black hole within you. Now, until you actually like, you have to get enough energy to where you can get it that compressed. You have to draw in a lot of energy to get one to go. I like to call this coring. These little, because there are these little cores right here, and all you have to do to like when you really need them is you go with your energy awareness, you go and tap onto them, and you just tap them, and you expand them, and all that energy expands, or it's kind of almost intuitive in a way, but you just kind of have that intention that you want to tap into that energy, and you kind of use your energy awareness, your mobile body awareness, and you go down to that center, expand, or intuitively kind of tap into it. And since it's in like such kind of like a really, really, really tightly packed, and it's so packed, and you want to give that intention that it's packed and it's not going anywhere, what that does, it keeps it separate from the other energies that are around it that's for your everyday use, obviously. And it's kind of like it's not a block since it's so dense, but it's more like it's a tightly packed energy that's very high vibration of energy. And you guys know what I mean, like on high vibration, I don't mean the motion part, I mean the actual vibration of the energy. It's very tightly packed, and it's very powerful. Like I've used this whenever I'm like having like I didn't sleep that day, I was helping somebody out middle of the night, or something like that, or I just couldn't sleep, I was sick, or I needed to push some extra energy out for when I go for a workout or something. Use that one up here. And you know, these can be very useful. Like what this is teaching you is like the energy in your body, you can utilize this like easily. This is very easy to do. And so now I've kind of got the concept going, is now for actually drawing in energy. Now there's plenty of sources to draw energy from. And you know, I'm just going to name one example just right now, just for the sake of examples. There's a ton, there's source energy. There's oodles of different energies to do it. But for the sake of those who are starting out, and you know, it's just nice even if you're advanced to draw from this area. Like if you go to, like, for example, like a forest, all right, a nice forest area, or you know, even just places with grass, maybe a little stream over here. And what you're going to do is, since right now you've kind of like really expanded your awareness, you're going to expand your awareness over the area, and you're going to feel the energy within each of these kind of areas. And you're just going to take a little bit from everything, just a little bit. And because you notice when you go into areas like this, like you feel much more better. You're like, ah, this feels nice, because there's all that pure energy around from the wildlife. And so if you take a little bit of that, it's not going to matter too much. It's already there and available. You're just taking a little bit more. And since it's coming from everywhere, it's like that's a lot of energy when it's all gathered together. And you can just store it inside yourself, and it's like good to go. And so how it kind of works is, it's kind of like almost your, like how I kind of visualize it. Like I use visualization for this one. This one's kind of a little harder, like for feeling, but I'll try to explain it best I can for feeling. But what's kind of like, you see these little things I drew here? It's kind of almost like these little ribbons of light from whatever you're drawing it from. And you know, you can tangibly feel these ribbons of light. You want to call them towards you. You just want to feel and visualize them calling towards you. You'll kind of get the idea once you start calling them towards you and visualizing them coming from you from those sources. And what you want to do to actually absorb them, you kind of want to feel like almost like almost like a sponging. You know, draw a little sponge here, just kind of, you know, just for effect. Yeah, yeah. And you want to kind of soak that energy up. You just want to soak it up, and once you've gotten the energy, since it's not your energy, it will feel different to you. And so it'll take your body some time to convert that energy over. But once you've gotten it packed into that, it will slowly start to convert over. But once it's converted over to your energy, it's there for you to use. It's your energy now. And yes, to a degree, you can still use it even when it's raw energy still and it's not yours yet. You can still use that to a degree, but you know, that's kind of up to you and how you want to use it. You'll discover more as you go along with it. But once you've drawn it in, of course, you're going to draw it in tight, and you're going to go put it in nice and tight. All right. Now, for those of you that can see energy, I'm going to perform a little demonstration of what an energy core looks like. I have enough energy like to make a little energy core just for you guys right here on camera. And you know, for those of you who don't have their astral sight yet or can't see energy yet, you may not be able to see it. But for those who can, this is a demonstration for you to kind of see what it looks like. Some of you may even feel the vibration even if you can't see it. So I'm going to do a little demonstration here. Okay, this is pretty much going to be like the most tightly packed energy ball that you've probably seen. It's pretty much like what I'm going to do is create a very tightly packed energy ball that's pretty much is going to be exactly like a core. And but this time, but for when you're actually doing it, it's going to be down right in those three areas, like kind of a little bit below your stomach, right where about where your stomach is, and up here. And you know, there's a few other spots, and you'll find them as you go through your energy work, and you're spreading through your body, finding more areas, and your sight will become more clear. But anyways, for the demonstration. All right, okay, there we go. There is your little energy core right there. Now, it's pretty much like right now, like I guess you could say it's almost like a tightly, super tight packed energy ball, but it doesn't interact with anything until you tap it. Because it has, since you packed it so tight and you gave it that intention where it's almost like a black hole in a way, it's going to keep that intention there. But you're also making it so it's not absorbing anything else. You just wanted it to tightly compact, so it's not going to suck in anything around it. It's just going to remain tightly packed until you expand it. All right. So now I'm going to take this energy back inside. All right. Now that's how you create like a little core. And you know, obviously you're not going to be creating the ball out here. You're going to be creating it within yourself. That was just a demonstration to kind of show you what it looks like and feels like energetically. If you guys are able to sense that yet. All right. Now, if we're actually drawing in energy, I'm going to draw in a little bit of energy from outside here, and you might see it a little bit, and you might feel it or whatever, but you want to draw it in you. It's going to be kind of like these ribbons of light are flowing into you, and you know, you'll feel a lot better when you do this. And you know, it takes a bit of time for it to convert over. So if someone like gave you energy, like you were really tired, it's like, hey, can you send me some energy? When you actually are open to receiving that energy, you're going to be having a lot more available to utilize it. And of course, like when you take that in, when you take somebody else's energy in you, you get to experience what it's like to be that person a little bit for that day or whatever. So like if you absorbed a lot of energy from a person, like, you know, they were having a bad day or like had a bad experience or whatever, yeah, it might not turn out so well. Now here's a bit of an experience I had. Like what happened was, like, I drew energy from somebody, and you know what happened was they had a pretty awful experience. Like I didn't know that they had been from what was happening. They were cutting on themselves. They were really hurting themselves. And you know what happened? Like I literally felt like these cut marks like go across my skin. I literally felt those. That freaked me out. It really freaked me out. Now, so be careful if you're drawing energy from somebody, because you may inadvertently get those. You know, they'll go away and they'll convert to your energy over time. But just remember to be careful who you draw it from. Like if you're asking somebody to send you energy and so that you can use. So be careful on that. Now, for actually drawing the energy in, all right, you want to remember, visualize those ribbons of light flowing into you, and you can also feel them with your energy, and you just want to draw them into you. You'll feel them with them. So it's kind of the same thing. You're feeling the energy, if you're feeling kinesthetically or if you're just visualizing. It kind of depends what you feel like. You want to draw it in. You're just going to draw a little energy from outside. Oh, that feels a little better. Okay. Now, here's the thing. It's like you can draw in a lot of energy, and that feels really, really nice because if you're feeling really low on energy, like you'll kind of feel like your stomach's empty, and you'll just be like, and you'll feel a little tired and kind of maybe even a little shaky, but you'll feel like you're kind of like it's kind of this feeling like you're empty is what you'll feel like because that means you're completely drained of chi energy or actually just energy itself, I guess. But chi energy is your like body's energy, and that's the proper name for it. I just want me to tell you guys that. But anyways, if you guys have any questions, I can answer them here. So if you have a question, post it in the poster right here. Or if you have a question for like the video itself and Q&A is like it's obviously done, you can post it in the video, or you can post to me on Facebook and ask your questions there. But you know, if it's in the video, you can help a lot of other people that haven't seen me and such. So ask away if you want to ask questions. I'll wait about 1 minute. You know, maybe I'll talk about another experience here that I had. Like, you know, I talked about earlier, when you draw somebody else's energy in, you get to experience what they are like for a second. It's really interesting, especially when you link up with other people, because like when you link somebody else's energy for you, you can have like a connection that might last a day or so. You kind of have like this little connection over here that's like, hey, I still kind of feel this person. You might even get flashes of that other person. And so it kind of gets really interesting with that. But that's why you always want to make sure you sever any energy connections you get with a person. You want to sever those cords or sometimes disconnect them. And you know, I recommend more disconnecting them, but for your first time you can cut them or whatever. Because with cutting the cords, there's kind of like this little bit of attachment there. It kind of goes away or whatever, but yeah, most of the time, yeah, you just want to disconnect them. But yeah, for the first time, you can cut them and it won't matter too much. I cut them for years and then found out how you can just disconnect the cords. Anyways, it doesn't look like there's any questions for the moment, unless I see one in the next 10 seconds or so. Yeah. If you guys have any questions or you guys have any ideas for any videos you guys want me to do in the future, let me know in the comments of the video or on Facebook. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.